Welcome to another episode of our Monday Memories at HPL. For more than a decade of living in this country, I always wondered what those signs on the roads and highways were. I know they were called historical markers, but they should be there for something really important. Today, we are going to look back in the year 1842, where Hondo Creek meets Cuihee Creek. Hondo Creek plays a great part in our history. According to the references I've read, this was the site of the Battle of Arroyo Hondo, or in English translation, the Deep Creek. The battle occurred following the third invasion by Mexican forces in 1842 to reclaim territory lost during the 1836 Texas Revolution. The Texas Revolution was in October 2, 1835 to April 21, 1836. It was a rebellion of colonists from the United States and Tejanos, or the Texas Mexicans, in putting up armed resistance to the centralist government of Mexico. Well, according to the Historical Marker Database and the Wikipedia, General Adrian Wells, Mexican forces advanced through South Texas and captured San Antonio on September 11, 1842. Adrian Wells was a French-Mexican general in the Army of Mexico during the Texas Revolution and the military conflict between Mexico and the Republic of Texas which followed. After the 1,200-man Mexican army was defeated in San Antonio by Matthew Caldwell and 200 Texans, the forces of Mexican General Wool headed west. Matthew Caldwell was a 19th century Texas settler, military figure, a captain of the Gonzales-Seguin Rangers, and a signer of the Texas Declaration of Independence. Because of his recruitment, he rode ahead of the Battle of Gonzales. Some call him the Paul Revere of Texas. On September 21st, they met up with a few Texans who were part of the Texas forces under the command of John Coffee Hayes, known as Captain Yak by the Indians. John Coffee Hayes was an American military officer, a captain in the Texas Rangers, and the military officer of the Republic of Texas. Hayes served in several armed conflicts from 1836 to 1848, including against the Comanche Empire in Texas and during the Mexican-American War. The Rangers attacked on the banks of Hondo Creek, or the Arroyo Hondo. This is where the battle occurred at that time. You can see in this picture right here, Hondo Creek is at the tree line on the right. Now, 4 Rangers were wounded, including Samuel Lackey. Well, Samuel Lackey, he was a soldier riding beside Hayes, and he recovered to fight again. The Rangers captured a cannon battery, but had to abandon it as the Texas Army did not advance to their position. Texan and Mexican accounts of the engagement varied considerably. Reliable sources indicate that the Texans had fared well. Caldwell believed that his men could overtake the Mexican army. However, The Texas forces were outnumbered, under-provisioned, and facing cannon fire. They lacked consensus, and the leaders were unable to rally unity for an offensive action. Following the battle, the Texas disbanded, and the Mexican forces continued their trek southwestward back to Mexico. A historical marker was erected in 1992 by the Texas Historical Commission. As of today, the marker is on Farm to Market Road 462, 6.5 miles north of US 90 on the right, traveling north. So, the next time you might pass or you see a historical marker by the road when you are traveling or on vacation, you might want to check it out. Learning is always fun, and it's not every day that you stumble on something educational, something important in our history. See you next time.